Welcome. Let's start in a seated meditation today. So you'll just ground yourself sitting down in whatever way feels the best for you right now. And then you can just let your hands come to rest down on the knees or the thighs as you close your eyes. And we take a few moments just to really give ourselves permission to arrive into the practice, but more importantly, just really to arrive into the moment. And allowing yourself to sort of go through the checkpoints of adjusting the physical body, of feeling this slightly denser or heavier sense in the body. Beginning to soften the jaw and the face. And beginning to feel that the breath starts the journey, moving into a purposeful, long, clear breath in and out of your nose. As the breath begins to take shape, it hopefully begins to quiet some of the busyness that may be going on in the mind. It allows us to refocus and to recenter ourselves. That we really feel as though the next hour of time is about us practicing the art of presence, enjoying the breath, enjoying the yoga. And so always nice to ask yourself at the beginning of your practice, is there something that I need particularly today? Is my body in need? Is my mind or my heart space in need of something specific? And this quiet space that we've provided ourselves with is hopefully just what you need in order to really hear. You can't rush the wisdom, so if nothing comes to mind right now, just be okay with that and be open to perhaps receiving a little bit more of that clarity as the practice progresses. Let's take a nice full breath in through the nose and hold the breath in when you reach the very, very top, up into the upper lungs and collarbones. You'll hold your breath there. And out the mouth, just release a sigh. Without even opening your eyes, I'd like for you just to begin a few simple neck rolls. So just drawing some circles with the crown of your head and allowing your intuitive self to make the decisions as to how big or small and how fast or slow these circles should be right now. Just allowing yourself to move gently in whatever it is that you choose, so that you really can connect to each and every little nook and cranny of this neck area. And the next time your forehead draws forward and down, just take that seamless change in the direction, begin to circle around the other way. Maybe as your neck is a little bit more conditioned this time, you may feel that there's a little extra heaviness in the shoulders. Take one more trip around. And then you'll slowly pull yourself back up through the neutral spine. Go ahead and reach your arms up. Let's interlace all but the pointer fingers for steeple mudras. You just grow nice and tall. Take a full inhale, getting up and out of the low back, and then exhale, just a gentle easing open to the right. Inhale through the center, grow a little taller, easing open to the left. And then go ahead, come back through the center, release the hands. I'm gonna have you bring the soles of the feet together. Take the hands and just walk them out in front of you. Let your forehead bow down, chin tucks in towards the chest, the knees open wide. Just about 3 breaths. Feeling the opening of the hips, the low back. More than anything, we're here just to gauge how the body is feeling in this moment, embracing whatever tightness may greet you. Let's walk those hands back in towards us. Take your right hand to the left ankle. As you inhale, grow a little taller. And then as you exhale, pull the belly in, start to gaze slightly back behind. And switching to the other side. Inhaling as you grow nice and tall first, and then exhaling as you pull the belly in, begin to revolve open. Slowly returning as you come back to the center, you'll cross your ankles and make that shift to the hands and the knees. When you arrive on the hands and the knees, just spread the fingers out nice and wide. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come right into downward facing dog. Taking a few moments just to feel your way through it. So bending the right knee, bending the left knee, just opening up through the backs of the legs. Even the soles of the feet begin to open. And then we'll pause in a nice still downward facing dog, moving into something known as heel to healer. So it means that your right sole of the foot is going to turn on an angle so that the sole of the foot is flat. If you're familiar with Warrior One, you basically have the back foot of Warrior One. Then you're going to bend your left knee generously and just let your eyes look underneath that right side. So you'll start to feel quite an opening in the outer right hip, IT band. Then just switch gears. The right heel pulls back to neutral. The left foot turns on an angle. The foot flattens. The leg is straight. The right knee bends, and we gaze underneath the left arm. Just a few healthy breaths. I want this practice today to just feel as though we're sort of dusting out the cobwebs in some of the forgotten places. Back through neutral. Let's go ahead and take our hands and walk them to the back of the mat. When you arrive, inhale your hands, slide up to the knees as you look forward. Exhale, take a nice rich fold in. Again, inhale as you lengthen, drawing the chest forward. Exhale, take a nice deep fold in. One more, just easing the back, inhaling and exhaling, fold. Ragdoll, rounding the spine as you roll all the way up. Shoulders pull up, they pull back, they pull down. Let your arms reach up as you inhale and bring the hands down to the center of your heart. Good. Let's let our arms reach all the way up and interlace all but the pointer fingers once again. Steeple mudra, grow nice and tall. Take an inhale, just as we did earlier. Exhale as you lean up and over to your right. Just feel like you're really creating space in the waist. Back through the center as you inhale, up and over to the left. Good. Back through the center. Release your hands, fold forward. Inhale, hands to knees or shins. And exhale, take a nice deep fold. Let's go ahead and crawl back out into downward facing dog. And just stay here for about 3 full breaths. So beginning to feel the weight of your heels, beginning to feel the weight of your finger pads, and then really feeling a strong lift through your shoulders, through the abdomen, and through the hips as you melt your heart generously towards the thighs. Let's go ahead and take an in-breath. Let the right leg rise, and we'll step the right foot forward to find the hands. Allow the back knee to lower. Straighten out your front leg, pointing the right toes to the sky. Take an in-breath as you come to the fingertips first, looking forward. And then exhale, bend the elbows and pour the nose down. 2 more, inhaling as you lengthen. Exhale as you bend and fold in. 1 more, inhale as you lengthen. And exhale as you fold in. Good, rebend the knee. Go ahead and lift the back knee. We'll let the left palm stay down. Let the right arm reach itself all the way up. But then I want you to reach it forward. Skim the mat as it reaches back, up, forward. And 1 more like this, just opening up the shoulder. And now the next time your hand reaches up, let's pause in a lunge twist. Reach through the fingertips, push through the palm, get strong through the back thigh. Take an extra in-breath. And then continue the circle as the hand reaches forward and down. Let's step back into plank pose. Take a breath in through the nose and all the way down to the belly. Flatten the feet, inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, just drag the heart down. 2 more. Inhale, heavy toenails, lift the chest. Exhale, drag the heart space down. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale, drag down. Let's tuck the toes and return into downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg rises. And step it forward, find the hands. Lower down that right knee, flatten the foot. Right away, just straighten out the front leg, coming to the fingertips. Inhale, the heart will pull forward. And exhale, melt the nose down. 2 more, just really starting to feel that the breath is the true guide to the practice. We wait for the inhale. We wait for the exhale. Let's rebend the knee. The right palm stays down now as we lift the right knee off the earth and let the left arm reach to the sky. So feel yourself first just pulling the shoulder, right shoulder back, and then let's take the arm forward. Let it just skim down, back, and up again. And 2 more like this, just really feeling as though you're reaching the hand as far away from the shoulder joint as you can, just flossing that forgotten space. Arm reaches up, pause. Take a full breath in. Nice, rich, full breath out. And continue the circle as the hand comes down. We step back into plank pose again. Take an inhale. Exhale all the way to the earth. Cobra pose. And exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Let's take a nice full breath in the nose. Out the mouth, exhale. Bend the knees, take a step up to the top of the mat. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold in. Arms reaching all the way up. And the hands root at the center of your heart. A couple of salutes. Let's inhale, let our arms reach up. And exhale, fold forward. Take your right foot and take a long step back. We're going to lower down the back knee, flatten the foot, let both of the arms reach up. Right away, interlacing all but those pointer fingers, reaching up for steeple mudra. Let's get heavily bent into the front knee, even opening the back a little bit as you reach up and reach back. Take a full breath in, and then exhale, let your hands come down. Lift the back knee, step back into plank pose. Take a breath here, and then lower halfway or all the way. Cobra or up dog, and head on back through downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg rises. We'll round and bring the knee into the nose. Inhale, the right leg rises. And the right foot comes forward to find the hands. I'll have you stay on the ball of the back foot this time. Let your arms reach forward and up, coming to crescent pose. And then just take a moment to bend into your front knee. Pull the belly back a little bit more, and notice how that opens the front of your left hip even more so. Let the shoulders draw down away from the ears. Take a full breath in, and then the hands will come down to the ground as you exhale. Step to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold in. Bend your knees. Arms reach forward and up, chair pose. Get heavy through your feet and rise to stand. And the hands anchor at the center of your heart. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold forward. Left foot, long step back. Lower down the knee, flatten out the foot, and let your arms reach up for that steeple mudra. So as the pointer fingers reach up, we bend the knee deeper. You pull the belly in to protect the back, and then let your eyes wander up. Take a full inhale, and then exhale, bring the hands down. Lift the back knee and step back into plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, halfway or all the way. Cobra or up dog. And head back through downward facing dog. Inhale, that left leg reaches up. Round knee to nose as you really coil the back in. Inhale, foot to the sky. And step that left foot forward. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Let your arms reach up. Come to crescent pose and pause. Pull the belly in. Lengthen through the back heel. Bend through the front knee. Grow through the fingertips. Take another inhale. And allow your hands to come down. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale as you lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold in. Bend the knees, chair pose, arms reaching forward and up. Get heavy and push up, rise to stand, and hands to the center of the heart. We'll take that set one more time. Inhale, arms reach, and exhale, we fold. Right foot steps back, lower down the back knee, flatten the foot, inhale, arms up, steeple mudra, just one breath, and exhale, the hands come down. Lift the back knee, step back to plank pose, and move through a nice, slow, strong vinyasa. Perhaps you're ready for upward facing dog this cycle, and heading back through downward facing dog. Right leg rises, inhale. Round knee to nose. Inhale, right foot to the sky. And step that right foot forward. Ball of the back foot remains, reaching forward and up, crescent pose. Take an inhale. And exhale, hands come down. Step to the top and fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway, a little bit deeper. Bend the knees, chair pose, arms reaching forward and up. A little heavier and push as you rise to stand and hands anchor at your heart. Let's finish that, arms reaching, bodies fold. Left foot steps back. Lower the knee, flatten the foot, just one breath cycle. Arms reach up, pull back, and exhale, hands to the ground. Lift the back knee, plank pose. Take an inhale, lower chaturanga. Cobra pose or upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Left leg rises, inhale. Coil in, knee to nose, exhale. Left foot to the sky. Step the foot forward, find the hands, crescent pose. Root through your feet to rise. And let those shoulders anchor down. Take another inhale. Bring the hands down. Step to the top and fold. Lengthen halfway. Fold a little bit deeper. Bend the knees, chair pose. Get heavy and push to rise. And hands anchor at the center of the heart. Let's go ahead and bring the hands back behind us. Pull the knuckles low. Lengthen your tailbone down to feel like the pelvic floor lifts. And then just take a moment to feel open and broad through the chest. Nothing fancy, just a beautiful opener. One more in-breath. Good. Let's go ahead and release those hands. Inhale as you reach up. And exhale as you fold forward. Lengthen halfway. Plant the palms, step back. Optional vinyasa. If you'd rather skip it, go ahead and meet in downward facing dog. And when we get to down dog, let's just pause 3 full breaths. Just recognizing this as both a resting and strengthening pose. 2 more. Just to genuinely settle. All right. Let's go ahead and firm the belly. We're going to send the right leg up into the air and just pause for a moment there. So let your left heel get a little heavier, left leg straight. And it's like you're really pushing back through the ball of your right foot. Take an extra inhale. And then go ahead and step the right foot forward to find the hands. We'll work warrior 1, so plant down through the sole of the back foot, similar to that heel to healer that we started with. And then let your arms reach forward and up as you rise up. So let's take the hands and interlace them back behind us. 2 things. We're first going to straighten the arms out and feel that same stretch that we did a moment ago, squeezing the shoulder tips together, broadening through the chest. Take an extra breath just like this. And then bend your front knee deeper, pull your belly in more, and then begin to fold into humble warrior, letting the crown of the head get heavy and the knuckles will rise. Let the left sole of the foot support you even more than it probably is right now. 1 last breath. Get heavy feet, rise back up. Keep the arms as they are, just simply bend the elbow and you're tucking the hands over to the right side of your waist as much as you can. Try to hide the elbows back behind and then just let your left ear fall to the left shoulder. Take an extra breath. And sort of working those forgotten nooks and crannies. And then come back to the center, release the hands, they reach all the way up. And the hands will come down all the way to the ground. Come to the ball of the back foot. I'd like for you to straighten out your front leg first. Walk the fingers back, point the right toes to the sky, deepening that hamstring. One more breath. Go ahead and rebend the knee. Keep the left palm down, turn all 10 toes over to the right. So your right toes are facing, you're on the pinky toe side of your left. And then let your right arm reach up to the sky and just take an extra 2 breaths into your outer hip, your gluteal muscles. Still strong in the side body like Vashisthasana. And then all 10 toes forward, hands down. Step back into plank pose. Take a breath in, and we're coming all the way to the belly. Flatten through the tops of the feet. From here, take your hands off of your mat and tent them, meaning that your fingertips are on the ground, but your palms are lifted. You're really working the toes down to the ground, and you almost have to feel like you're lifting your belly up and off of the earth. Let's take an in-breath as we rise up. And then an exhale as you drag your heart forward and down. So it should feel like a little massage, but also some strength of the upper back. 2 more. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you drag the heart down. 1 more, lift. Exhale, drag the heart down. Plant the palms, child's pose with your knees all the way together. Sitting back, forehead melts. All right. Let's go ahead and come back up. Spread the fingers wide, tuck the toes, return downward facing dog. Inhale, let the left leg rise, and let's just pause. So let your right heel again get nice and heavy. The ball of your left foot presses back. You need to pull your belly in more and push your hands further away from you. So you really feel that you're strengthening your left hamstrings, the back of your leg. Take 1 more in breath. And then exhale, step the foot forward, find the hands. Right sole of the foot is flat on an angle, and let's root through the feet and let your arms reach forward and up. When you arrive, just feel the weight of your feet. As the hands come back behind you, be wise enough to put the other thumb on top. It really does give the other shoulder a chance to shine. And we take a few moments just simply doing that. Let your right hip shine forward as the left pulls back. Pull the belly in, get really broad across the chest. Take another inhale, and then exhale, firm the belly, bend the knee, and begin to fold the weight forward into humble warrior. Knuckles really reach, right foot is quite heavy. And even though your left hip is constantly feeling like it's trying to take off to the left, keep pulling it into the center of your mat. That's going to bring the strength component in. Last breath. Heavy feet, rise on up. Keep the hands, just simply bend the elbows and bring them over to the left side of the waist and try to hide that shoulder. And then from there, let the right ear fall down towards the right shoulder. Bend your front knee a little bit more. Just take a few breaths into this tight and forgotten area around the shoulder, the neck, the ear, the jaw. Even let your mouth open. Go ahead, release back to neutral. The hands reach up. Let's bring the hands down. Come to the ball of the back foot. Straighten out your front left leg, toes up, walk the fingers back, and just pour your nose down. It's more so about the extension through the crown of the head than anything else. Good. Now let's go ahead and rebend the knee. Right palm stays down. All toes turn over to the left side now. Let the left hand reach up, pull the right shoulder back, and just breathe into the opening. It's full of strength, but it's also full of a lot of purposeful stretch. Those IT bands are very, very tight places in the body. Good. Let's bring the hands forward. Step back into plank. This time we'll take Vinyasa. Downward facing dog as you are ready. Take a big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and let it come out. Step the feet together. This time we'll let the right leg reach up into the air. Open the hip at the top. Take a full in breath. Exhale, step the right foot forward, find the hands. This time find front heel to back inner arch alignment. We cartwheel, open the arms, coming into warrior two. Take a generous bend through the front knee. Inhale, let your arms reach up. Right arm will thread underneath the left arm, coming into eagle arms. Inhale, let the elbows rise high. And exhale, pull the elbows down low. 2 more like that. Really feel the neck and shoulders working out any kinks. 1 more. Elbows up. Exhale, elbows down. Let your arms reach out to warrior 2. Inhale, reach back, reversing the warrior. And then take an extra breath, bend the knee. As you come back through the center, warrior 2, take the back hand behind you and tuck it into that front hip crease as much as you can. Stretch forward and then place the forearm down on the thigh. Turn your palm to face up. Pull the right shoulder back, pull the left shoulder back, and let's let our eyes look up to the ceiling above. Get a little heavier through the soles of the feet. Challenge yourself to bend your front right knee an inch or 2 deeper to really turn the strength component on. And same, sealing down through the sole of the back foot to ignite the leg. Take an extra breath. Let the left shoulder open. Good. Free the back arm first, coming into extended side angle in its fullest. And then pull all the way back. Straighten the leg. Reach up through the top arm. And then exhale, pull your hip back, stretch forward. We'll find triangle pose. If you've got a block present, you may want to place it underneath the hand, or the hand can rest on the shin. Reach the arm up, pull the shoulder back. We're going to do the same flossing of the arm. This time we'll go back behind us. So just reach back behind, down, up, forward. Just continue, just 2 more like this. Moving slow enough that it's not even just about the shoulder, but the ribs, the little spaces between the ribs. Good, last one here. And use it just to pull yourself all the way back up. As you bend the knee, come back to warrior 2. Take an inhale and exhale, cartwheel hands to the ground. Come to the ball of the back foot. Go ahead and take a spring step up to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale as you lengthen halfway. Exhale, take a nice rich fold. Bend the knees, return to chair pose, arms reaching forward and up. And we're going to take an extra 2 breaths here, just feeling the weight in all 4 corners of your feet, shifting not just the weight into the heels, but also allowing your butt to reach a little further back. And then push down, and rise to stand, and the hands draw down to the center of your heart. Let's shift the weight over into the right leg. Take your left foot up into tree pose, bringing it either below the knee or all the way up above the knee. That's up to you. Let the knee move out to the side. Let the hands come and center themselves at the heart space. And give a little bit more pressure to the big toe mound of your right foot. Good. Go ahead and interlace again all but the pointer fingers. Steeple mudra is going to reach straight up above you. Now I want you to really firm the belly. Hug the muscle to bone. Take an extra breath. And then think about the side of your waist. Inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, lean first up and over to your right. Inhale through the center. Exhale up and over to your left. Back through the center. And let's release the foot down to the ground, release the hands, and fold all the way forward. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank pose. Let's move through Vinyasa, nice and steady. Downward facing dog. 3 full breaths. Unhurried. Full of release. Step the feet together at the back of the mat. Let the left leg reach up into the air. Open the hip at the top. And then step that foot forward to find the hands. Front heel to back inner arch alignment. We cartwheel, open the arms and rise again to warrior two. Inhale, let the arms reach up. The left arm threads underneath the right now. Palms again come together for eagle. Inhaling as the elbows rise. Exhaling as they pull down nice and low. Two more. Inhaling, elbows up. Exhale, elbows low. Last one, up and low. Release the arms, warrior two. Reach back to reverse the warrior. Bend your front knee a little deeper. And then keep it as is. As you come back forward, thread the back hand behind you. Snuggle into the hip crease and lay the forearm to the thigh. Now pull the left shoulder back, turn the palm to face up, roll the right shoulder back, and let your eyes just look up towards the sky. As all the weight is tipped into the front half of your body, secure the right sole of the foot down and pull the belly in. And notice how that really involves your trunk of the body and the back right leg. One more breath like this. And then free that back hand, reaching up and overhead, just coming into full extended side angle. And then get heavy through the feet as you reach back, straighten the front leg, arm to the sky, and then pull forward into triangle pose. So again, you're more than welcome to keep the hand on the shin, or if you have a block handy, I always appreciate that. So start first just by securing the legs, lifting strongly from above the kneecaps, and let's let the hand just reach back and down and forward and up. Couple more like this, just really feeling that it spreads out from beyond just the shoulder head, all of the areas that surround. And we're going to use this last one just to pull us up. So bend the knee, returning to warrior two. Take an inhale. Exhale, cartwheel, hands to the ground. Come to the ball of the back foot. Go ahead and step to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, rise on up to stand. And hands anchor at the center of the heart. Your left foot will continue as the root, shifting the weight over and allowing your right foot to come above or below the knee. That's up to you. Let the knee open out to the side. Take a moment to bring the hands to the heart. Feel the stability of the standing leg, the stability of the trunk of your body, the stability of your breath. You drop your right hip a little bit more as you begin to find that steeple mudra, reaching your pointer fingers to the sky. And feel as your fingers rise, your foot roots even more. Let's take a full breath in, firm the belly. Exhale, lean up and over to the left first. Through the center, inhale. Up and over to the right next. Through the center. Good. Release your foot down to the ground. And let's go ahead and fold forward. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you plant the palms, step back, and take that vinyasa. Downward facing dog, 3 full deep breaths. Maybe allowing a couple of those breaths just to fall from the mouth. Let's lower the knees for a moment. Once again, sit back into child's pose, forehead rooting down. If the legs are not all the way zipped together, go ahead and do so. I want you to tip your hips a little bit to the left as you walk your hands off your mat to the right. Chances are your forehead will not touch the earth anymore. Deepen the breath to really feel the expansion and the spaciousness in the left side of your waist. Then switch gears as the hands walk to the left, your hips tip to the right, fold in. All right, back through the center. Go ahead and tuck the toes, return to downward facing dog. When you get to down dog, let's take our feet and walk them all the way to the edges of the mat so you've got a nice wide base. Take the hands and walk them just one step further towards the back of the mat as we take this down dog twist. Let's firm the belly, secure the left shoulder on the back, and let your right hand come across the body to grab anywhere on that lower left leg that you can find. You need to give your right hip, heel, foot a lot more weight as you begin to bend your right elbow and gaze slightly underneath the left arm. Keep feeling the strength and security of the left shoulder. And then let's just switch. That right hand comes down. The left one travels across to find somewhere on that lower right leg. As the left heel gets heavier, you bend the elbow and you gaze underneath that right arm. All right, friends, release the hands. Let's keep walking to the back of the mat. When you get there, your heels will turn in, the toes turn out. We take that seat into that yummy Malasana squat. Let the hands come to the center of the heart. Push your elbows down and out into the knees. When you arrive, tuck the chin in towards the chest to elongate the back of your neck. And then let your gaze just look slightly forward and up. Twice more, chin just tucks in towards the chest. We open the muscles all the way down the back. Nose reaches forward and slightly up. One more like that, forward and down. Forward and up. Go ahead and come to neutral. Send your right hand to the inside and over to the right a little. Let your left arm open for a twist. Switch, left hand inner knee, right arm opens for a twist. Good, hand comes down. Go ahead and lift the hips up. Point the toes to face forward. Your feet can be hips distance apart. I want you to interlace your fingers here and take the palms to the nape of your neck so that the heels of the hands are sort of on those bones at the back of the skull. Your elbows are heavy, and you're using that to really lengthen out the neck. If you're super tight in your back, as I am, you'll probably feel this a lot. Just the added weight of the hands really opens you up. Sometimes in a comfortable way, and sometimes you need to use the breath to breathe through the discomfort that you experience. All right, let's release the hands down, bend the knees, and just ragdoll nice and slow as we return to stand, shoulders pulling up, back, and down. Good. We're going to come to full eagle pose next. So let's take an in-breath and let the arms reach all the way up. The right arm is going to thread underneath the left arm. From here, take a little bend through your knees, and you're going to allow your right leg to pick up and to cross over, crossing at the thigh, maybe trying to zip the ankle to the side, and then sit down. Really challenge yourself to sit down. At the last moment, you can pick those toes off the earth, let your elbows rise to the height of the shoulders, pull the belly in and almost round the back a little like you're in cat pose. Deepen the breath. Find your eyes locked, still and committed to one clear spot. As you just quiet yourself, you listen to the breath. Maybe there's more wisdom about the practice, your needs today. Last breath. Push down, release the foot. Inhale, your arms are up. Seal the palms as you look up. And the hands come to the center of the heart. Inhale, let your arms reach up. Let the left arm weave underneath the right now. Elbows rising. Take a little bend through the knees. Pick that left foot up and cross it over. Zip the ankle as close as you can to the side of the leg. Take a seat down, down, down. Once you've found a challenging place, try to lift those left toes up. Round your back to pull the belly and pelvic floor up. Sit down into a challenging place and find that still, steady space out in front. Listen to the breath. We concentrate, we meditate, we allow ourselves this gift of the present moment. Two more. Let's push down, release the foot, inhale, your arms reach up, and this time fold forward. Lengthen the back halfway. Exhale, fold in. Let's crawl out, downward facing dog. Just take a breath in the nose, open the mouth, let it out. We're going to step the feet together and move into Vashisthasana with tree pose. So begin to shift the right forward into plank pose. You're going to keep the right hand supported, roll to the outer edge of the right foot, and then see about taking that left foot up and bringing it to the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. If that doesn't work for you, you can kickstand yourself by bringing the foot back behind. Your hand can stay on the hip as you feel a little bit more secure that way, or potentially let the hand lift all the way up off of the hip. Lengthen through the crown of the head, deepen the breath, seal the belly, and let's take an extra full breath in and out. Bring the hand down, square the hips off, send the leg back into plank pose, and balance yourself back out. Take a full breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in your nose. Let it come from the mouth. Good. Drift back forward into plank pose, zipping feet together, rolling to the left. Hand comes to the hip. Bring the foot up to the inner thigh or drop it back behind. Once you feel that you've found the stability, potentially letting the hand come off of the hip, grow a little longer through the crown of the head. And try to seal your belly even more. Take an extra full breath in and out. Hand comes down, hips square, come into plank pose, take a breath in, and downward facing dog. Take an in breath, hold it in. Lion's breath, tongue to the chin, let it out. Lower the knees down, sit back to the heels, last time child's pose. Drag the hands all the way in as you round and you roll yourself back up. Let's sit off to the side, sweep the feet straight out in front of you. Bend the knees, just scooting down so you'll still be on the mat. A nice slow and controlled lower, just rounding and rolling yourself all the way down. When you come down onto the back, let's begin just hugging the knees into the chest and give yourself a little squeeze. Place your feet down to the ground. We'll start with bridge pose. So your feet are down, spread the toes out, feel the feet genuinely about a hip's distance apart. Your hands are going to come down beside you and then slowly begin to lift the hip points up towards the sky. Once you've found that, I want you to drive all four corners of your feet down. Pull the belly in, knit the upper right and left ribs together, and lengthen the knees out. And then let's wiggle the right shoulder under, the left shoulder under, and see about interlacing those palms one last time beneath the back. And I always feel that with a little bit of extra emphasis of the knuckles reaching towards the heels, I can really release the tops of the shoulders. One last breath. Be super slow, yogis, as you release the hands, articulate each vertebrae down one at a time. The tailbone will eventually be the last thing to touch the earth. When you get it there, let's cross the right ankle over the left thigh, pick the left foot up, and thread the hands through to either grab the left hamstring or the front of your left shin. I never want pull. I'd rather you feel as though you're breathing the left thigh closer towards you and pushing the right knee further away from you. Close the eyes, listen to the breath. Give yourself this gift of the moment, the breath, the postures, the opening of your body. All right, let's go ahead and release the hands. Continue crossing the right thigh over the left and zip the ankles together, similar to those eagle legs. And then open your arms out like a T. Take a breath in the nose. And let's let both the knees lower to the left. So as your knees come down to the ground, your right palm turns up. I like to use my left hand to sort of anchor the knees down to the ground. And really let your right ear fall to the ground. Can that be a little extra point of emphasis today? If you're lucky, you'll get a few pops along your spine. One more breath. Important for the back's sake that you really firm your belly. Bring the knees back through the center. As you uncross, widen the knees towards your shoulders and give yourself a nice wide press. Good. Switch, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh now. Go ahead and interlace the hands to the front of the back of the right knee. Flex the ankle. Just take a few breaths here. Thread the eye of the needle. Find yourself beginning the dissolving portion of the practice where you just feel your body getting heavier. You feel your breath getting heavier, also more natural. One more breath. Releasing the hands. Continue crossing the left thigh over the right, zipping the ankles together. Taking a breath in the nose as you open the arms out. Exhale, let both the knees lower to the right now. Left arm, palm turns to face up. Right hand can anchor those legs down. And try to let your left ear get as heavy as you can. Just imagine this happy weight in the left shoulder, pulling down, opening up, melting away all tension. Let's again make sure we take care of our backs as we firm the belly. Bring your knees back through the center. Uncross, happy baby pose to finish, just grabbing the outer edges of the feet, letting the thighs become heavy, the tailbone becomes heavy. One more breath. And kind of similar to how we started in Baddha Konasana, I want you to bring the soles of your feet together, but they're going to stay up to the sky. And then there's no way you're going to touch your toes to your forehead, but I want you to feel like that's the action so that your tailbone lifts up off of the ground, the toes are reaching in that general direction, and just get that low back, nice, good stretch. Let's release. Hug the knees into the chest last time. Let your legs lay out nice and long on the mat. I'm always more inclined to guide you in Shavasana towards a star pose where your legs are free. They come off of your mat even. And today, as your arms come out, can you just lengthen the right and the left shoulder blades down? Palms turn to face up. And before you get too relaxed, just take your gaze over to the right side and let the left side of your neck stretch out. Switching, letting the left or the gaze turn to the left as the right side stretches. And then pausing as you come to a neutral place between the two. Allowing the palms to just turn up in that receiving gesture. And as we rest in this last final pose, feeling as though we have consciously cleared out some of the cobwebs today. Any of the shadow energy that you have been carrying around with you today or these last few days, just beginning to dissolve and lighten now. I really love nothing more than a good sweep or vacuum of the house, opening of the windows, opening of the doors, and just allowing this fresh breeze to move through my home. And that's really the effect of our final meditation, is to just feel as though all the portals have been opened. We've poked a few holes in the body and we're allowing all of the darkness, the heaviness, the stagnation to be released so that light and vibrancy can just shine on through. As you take these last few moments to yourself, just really acknowledging that there is an infinite supply of lightness, of joy, of vitality that surrounds you. And recognizing that it is all about the giving and the receiving. We must make the time to give to ourselves, to the habits we know that help us to live this best life, this authentic life. We give to ourselves with the practice of yoga and meditation and moments of walking and solace, whatever that means to you. We're really allowing ourselves to receive. When we receive, the cup fills, the vibrancy fills, and there's just more of the good stuff to share with those around us. So perhaps now at this point in your practice, you're a little bit more clear as to what it is that you need today. Leave you for a moment longer just to feel the essence of that pouring down inside your light spaces. Filling yourself back up to full. Together, let's take a nice big breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. Out the mouth, let the breath come out. Let your legs stretch out, let your arms reach out, point your toes. And as you're ready, just bending the knees, taking a little roll over to the side and pausing in the fetal position. And keeping your eyes closed, let's make our way up into our last seated posture, just returning to the way we began this practice. The palms gather at the center of the heart, always in the seat of gratitude. Just taking this last moment to truly recognize yourself, you yourself, right here, right now. I am what I am, as I am. I'm grateful for that. I want to end the practice today just really raising our vibration with the sacred sound of Om. Please don't be shy. It's a way to just raise your internal vibration. Take a breath in through the nose to begin. May we all keep our vibration so high today that nothing can disturb our peace of mind. Peace and blessings, yogis. Namaste.